This is your Tropical Atlantic Marine Weather Briefing for Sunday, August 17th. It's valid through Friday, August 22nd. I'm Jeff Lewitsky, a lead forecaster at the Tropical Analysis and Forecast Branch. The summary for the next 5 days: Major Hurricane Erin. Bands of heavy rainfall will continue across portions of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands through tonight, but are expected to diminish by Monday. Also, some increase in size and strength is forecast during the next 48 hours. Erin is likely to remain a dangerous major hurricane through at least the middle of this week. And a big story is swells generated by Erin will continue to affect portions of the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Turks and Caicos during the next couple of days, which will spread to the Bahamas, Bermuda, and to the east coast of the US and Atlantic Canada through the early and middle portions of the week. Here's the tropical weather outlook for the next 7 days. We're watching, of course, Major Hurricane Erin. We also have two other areas in the tropical weather outlook. Both have a low chance of tropical cyclone formation through 7 days. Here's the summary information for Hurricane Erin as of 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Erin is a Category 3 hurricane right now. Some increase in size and strength is forecast through the next 48 hours. As mentioned, Erin is likely to remain a dangerous major hurricane through the middle of the week. Erin will move towards the west-northwest, and a general motion is expected today, followed by a gradual turn towards the northwest and north on Monday and Tuesday. Erin is forecast to pass to the east and northeast of the Turks and Caicos and southeastern Bahamas tonight and Monday. Here's a look at the winds and waves. Here's the current conditions right now. Erin is dominating the forecast, with the Gulf of Mexico quiet under a high pressure area, and most of the Caribbean Sea outside of Erin also quiet, except for the stronger winds near the Atlantic passages. In the Atlantic, of course, a large area of winds and seas forecast with Erin. The forecast for Monday morning, little change. The Gulf remains under high pressure, and most of the Caribbean as well. Erin continues off to the north-northwest or west-northwest, with a large area of winds and seas. 48 hours, little change. The Gulf and Caribbean Sea remain quiet. Those conditions associated with Erin continue off to the west-northwest and northwest. We do see a new tropical wave coming into the picture west of 35 west, with some fresh winds and some seas of 8 to 10 feet. 72 hours, Erin is approaching 31 north. The Gulf remains under high pressure, the Caribbean quiet as well. Still could have some fresh winds and elevated seas with the next tropical wave. Otherwise, all eyes are on Erin as it marches towards the north of 31 north. By Thursday morning, Erin has forecast to move north of 31 north. Conditions across the Gulf remain quiet. Winds could increase slightly with the departure of Erin and the gradient tightening a bit here in the Caribbean, with moderate to fresh winds. Could have some moderate to fresh winds and elevated seas in the tropical Atlantic as well, and those lingering winds and seas with Erin still spreading south of 31. Lastly, your 5-day forecast, valid Friday morning. The Gulf remains quiet. The winds in the Caribbean also diminish a bit, but with that tropical wave approaching the tropical North Atlantic and the Leeward Islands, we could still have some moderate to fresh winds and some elevated seas, while conditions associated with Erin continue to diminish and subside as it pulls off north of the area. A big risk this week with Erin, even though it is forecast to remain offshore. Swells generated by Erin will continue to affect portions of the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, and the Turks and Caicos during the next couple of days, then spreading to the Bahamas, Bermuda, and the east coast of the United States and Atlantic Canada during the early and middle portions of this week. These rough ocean conditions will likely cause life-threatening surf and rip currents. Remember to consult products from your local National Weather Service office for more information. And in summary, still looking at those bands of heavy rainfall across portions of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands through tonight, diminishing Monday. Could still have some local flash and urban flooding with landslide and mudslides possible. Some increase in size and strength is forecast during the next 48 hours. And Erin is forecast to remain a dangerous major hurricane through the middle of this week. And even though Erin is forecast to remain offshore, The main story and concern will be swells generated by Erin infecting the portions of the U.S. and Atlantic Canada coastlines with an elevated risk of rip currents. This has been your Tropical Atlantic Marine Weather Briefing. The next briefing will be issued by 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Thursday, August 21st.